Ice Cream Man's here. Can you hear it? Just wait. We gotta wait for the Ice Cream Man to go before we start the video. There's a plane overhead as well, slightly annoying, but give it 5 minutes. It's gone. Let's start the video. Portable projectors are an interesting product. They're not quite there for full-blown cinema entertainment in your living room, and they're certainly able to cast a bigger image than your mobile phone. So what are they for? Well, a number of things. You can use them to show off your holiday snaps to your family, you can stick them in the garden during your evening barbecue event and watch the football, or you can take it to the office to go through that important slideshow you've just made, which is really why we wanted to check one out for ourselves. And BenQ reached out to us and asked us to take a look at their new GV1 Portable Projector, and we absolutely jumped at the chance. And here's what we thought. So the unit is relatively small, standing at 80 by 155 by 80 millimeters, though it is a little on the heavier side at 708 grams. Now it does come with a carrying case which will protect it from scratches when inside a backpack or maybe your luggage if you're taking it away with you. On top you will find 4 buttons including the power button. You've got a volume and source selector there as well. Now the annoying thing is the fact that there's no way of navigating the menus without the remote, so wherever you take the projector the remote must go with it. Now on the side you've got the focusing ring which is extremely sensitive, and it took a little bit of time for me to focus the image properly. So on the back you can find an input for power and a USB Type-C port. The USB port is used for connecting video devices to the projector for a hardwired connection. Do take note though that the device will require a USB Type-C connection and will need to support DisplayPort 1.1 in order for the projector to detect it. I think BenQ really missed a trick here by not including a HDMI port for kind of more universal devices to be plugged in. Now the actual projector itself is capable of throwing out an 854 by 480 pixel image, or 480p for short. Now this is low, especially for a 2019 product. I would like to have seen at least a minimum of 720p as a native resolution, although the projector can handle resolutions up to 1080p or 1920 by 1080. Now saying that though, it is still relatively crisp, especially when the source video resolution is a lot higher than the native ability of the projector. So I found that the BenQ GV1 worked best when sitting around 1 meter to 1.5 meters from a wall. Now this threw out an image of around 30 to 35 inches. It's not too bad for something of this size. The projector can produce images up to 100 inches, but the quality is severely reduced. Now the projector can hit a maximum brightness of 200 ANSI lumens when plugged into a power source, which isn't bad, but if you're not plugged in then that is severely reduced. It is definitely okay, but it's far from the brightest projector on the market. And to get the most out of the 10,000:1 contrast ratio, you should be really using it in a dimly lit room, if not in darkness. Now color unfortunately though is a little dull. It's a shame as the size of the projector could work well for some kind of unit you would take on holiday with you to stick in your hotel room and watch movies at night, or to show off your holiday snaps once you're back home with your family. It doesn't help that you would probably throw the image onto a standard wall as well. It's not really big enough to warrant having some kind of dedicated projector screen in your house. I must also state that it will probably work best on some kind of white wall as well, which is something I didn't have. We've got kind of like a cream green kind of walls in my house, and yes, the picture was okay, but definitely if you had some kind of solid white wall, it would probably make the picture pop a little bit more. The head of the projector can tilt back up to 15 degrees, which is great if you're wanting to throw an image so the center line is above the projector's eyesight. Now what more, there's automatic keystone adjustments, of which correct up to a 40-degree throw. It skews the image so it keeps its perfect 16:9 aspect ratio. Now once you've gone through the initial clunky setup, having keyed in your Wi-Fi details only to be struck with an update and then have to key in your details again, you will find 2 ways the projector can be used. Now the first is by using apps that can be installed onto the device itself, and secondly by casting your mobile device to the actual projector. Now casting works exactly like it would on a television. It mirrors your phone screen through the actual projector itself. On board you will be able to find a Snapdragon 210 processor backed up with 1GB of RAM memory. There's an 8GB of flash memory, which isn't very much at all, but it's plenty enough for your apps. Now speaking of apps, you will find you can install things like YouTube for Android, Netflix, Plex, and literally a bunch of others that you've probably never heard of. It very much seems like it's that kind of Roku like kind of local app store model. Now, for the most part, the apps do work fine when installed on the projector. However, when I cast my Google Pixel 3, apps like Netflix didn't show an image and instead used the projector as an external speaker. Also, when on the onboard Netflix app, navigating the menus was a little complicated and I couldn't access things like the subtitle menu when watching a show. It just kind of stopped you from scrolling above and it couldn't let you access any of the options in the top right hand side. Now, in terms of media playback though through the apps, it's a solid experience. It has a dual band network ability, meaning you can hook it up to a 5 GHz bandwidth to give you a clearer signal between your router and the GV1. It also has a built-in speaker as well, so if you are watching Netflix, sound will actually come from the unit itself. The 5-watt speaker is okay, but they do lack bass, but that was really expected with such a small unit. The BenQ GV1 Portable Projector is a nice idea and executed fairly well. The quality is fine as long as the projection isn't too big, and the inclusion of a built-in speaker makes it a nice kind of all-around package. However, the issues with casting from my phone is something that's a little annoying. Blocking apps like Netflix and the like, I don't know why it did it. It was just very frustrating that I couldn't get an image on Netflix through the projector and it just really took over as a speaker. Now, the last thing is the reliance on the remote control. Having to bring this along with you where the projector goes is a tad frustrating, as it is very, very small and it could easily get lost if taken on holiday, and when you can't find it, then I don't know, you're screwed. Can't use it because there's no buttons on the top. So thank you very much for checking out our video review of the BenQ GV1 Portable Projector. If you enjoyed this video, then do click that like button. Please do subscribe to keep up with all of our latest tech and gaming videos, and also let us know in the comments below what you think about the portable projector like this, whether you would go for something like this or you would just rely on your mobile phone. Cast it to a TV, rely on your mobile phone to show off your holiday snaps, or would you go for something like this? Let us know in the comments below what you think about this. As I say, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.